Hello, everybody who's here at the Cosmic Center. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, wore my little green. Yep. So I get, I request all help from all saints, from all the family of light, anywhere in any stream. If you're in alignment for unconditional love, I'm here. Open door. Keep that connection going. Okay, so we're going to get started here. And as I started to do, I'm going to just talk real quickly about some things, but I have been going on Facebook Live, so I have to do it this way. Let me do something here. So let's see, give me a moment and let me see about getting that done. Okay, and get that done, get on Facebook, because I have to, there is something. The holder it's in on my desk. It's a little thing that holds this phone. It's right there on the desk. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I forgot that. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, just give me a moment. Let me just remember how to do this. Here we go. This is going to go in the Cosmic Center. And we're going to do Facebook Live. Okay. Tap to add description. I always do, but it never works for whatever reason. Cosmic Center, chat, tap, add a description. While I'm tapping, tap, 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 not working. All right, we're going to go live. This is it, right? Okay, we're live on Facebook Live. We also have our Zoom participants here, as well as we do have our family of light here at the Cosmic Center Spiritual Light. We are located in Sarasota, Florida. And for those of you that are new, or you're probably going to see this feed later on, the Cosmic Center Spiritual Light, we have a website, and you will see us at ccosl.com or Cosmic Center Spiritual Light, and you will be able to participate in our transmission meditation, which starts usually about 7:10. Okay, we do not do that live, but anybody in the public is absolutely 100% invited to participate in that. We have been doing this for over 18 years. Over 18 years. We're heading to a 20-year anniversary. Oh my gosh. And we show up every Monday without fail. Well, why would somebody do that? Why would, literally thousands of people who have come through have been touched by this is because, well, one, the Cosmic Center Spiritual Light is known as the House of Instruction, and that is written up in the Keys of Enoch. Who knew? Keys of Enoch, decades later, read Cosmic Center, the House of Instruction describes the same thing that I wrote many, many years ago, the mission and purpose of the Cosmic Center. So, all of this is absolutely being orchestrated in higher levels. And it's interesting because my friend Catherine and I were just talking about timing, right? And so the fact that, Dr. Hertak was born before I was. There are a number of people, but I was coming in because I had a puzzle piece. They already started stuff, and this convergence, all of us, we have different walks of life, and things bring us to a convergence where, hey, here I am. No, here I am here. And we're on the same pathway. We're on the same exact pathway. And so what was just really amazing is that the Keys of Enoch book, which is a profound book, if you know what that is and read about it. And that was from Enoch Metatron, through Dr. Hertak, talks about community. And if you read what it says, in fact, I'll get the book and read it maybe next week, what the House of Instruction says. But it says it's bringing all people from different walks of life Okay, different walks of light. And that is the symbol that, well, you can't see it there over here, but this is that symbol is this symbol over here, which I always, because this is what came to me in 1979. And I guess at the time, I didn't know download or anything like that, but it was so profound. I said, I think I got to write this down. And basically, it didn't have the language that we have now that says oneness or unity consciousness. It didn't have that language, but that was the message. And I wrote it in the best way I could. And I called it universal cause, one cause for all existence. And that the various religions and thoughts that are out there are just aspects of one huge, gigantic thing. But at the end of the day, when you go all the way up, it merges into one. It merges into one. So that's really important. And also, too, there's a sense of you could say that there is a sense of destiny, and sometimes that destiny may take different roads. You have road number one, road number two, road number three, and it's a level of complexity that our minds can't even wrap around. But at some point, okay, this agreement, this, whatever it is, and the higher levels of it said, so we're going to converge and we're going to do this. And somehow we're going to meet and know each other, or a work that I do is going to impact somebody else later on that will carry that torch and bring it forward. I mean, it's just like a huge complexity of all these different things. But of course, it's the entanglement because it's all one, but not just all one on our level, all one on multi levels, because we know that we are, of course, interdimensional beings. We operate way beyond what it is that we're experiencing now. And that is why, I just want to say a lot of times people say, well, I put forth these goals and I really expected this, but these other parts of myself, where it's like a program that you got. I just went through, myself and a friend, just went through Tony Robbins. Everybody knows Tony Robbins, I think, okay? Well, I will tell you, I did the fire walk with Tony Robbins back 100 years ago in the 1980s, okay? And I made the choice to do that. And that was very empowering for me at the time, because I had the regular stuff with the program of the world. You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. And fear, what if I move forward? What will happen? There's no guarantee, all of that stuff, plus whatever parameters coming in, right? This is what you should do, and this is how it should be. But is it your story? That's the question. Is it your destiny? Is it who you are? But so many of us have to really fight to be our authentic selves. It really takes work to be anybody that is their authentic selves. I'm like, bravo, because we're so programmed, and we have to break free out of the program. And that's what they mean when they say this world is the world of Maya. Maya being a Sanskrit meaning illusion. It deepened the illusion. And now there's all these things about this being a hologram, but there's something to that. And I've come to the understanding for myself, okay, as you take your steps, as you become your authentic self, as you say, wait a minute, is this my program? Is this my belief? Or is it somebody else's program, somebody else's belief? And one of the great things they did with Tony Robbins, okay, he's absolutely a man that's here to bring good to the earth. And he has evolved from the time I saw him. I have evolved from the time I've been here. And that's one thing too. You look at people in the present. You didn't say, oh, I know who you were. No, everybody can evolve. Everybody can change. Not necessarily everybody does, but you can. There's the potential for that. So, the bottom line on this is with timing, right? So here, what, 40 years later, 50, I don't know how many years later, I'm back, and I was said, I'm going to go and sign up for Tony Robbins again. And I am so grateful that I did, because when I saw him and he had Master Co there, Master Co of pranic healing, he had my fan favorite of mine is medical medium. He had all the people I love there. I'm like, okay, we're in sync. But what he was able to do, okay, and speak in a language that can maybe appeal for a larger mass of people, not as esoteric maybe as we are, but his underlining factor is he's extremely spiritual and he's promoting to be a good person and to help one another. And he feeds over 1 billion people because he was dirt poor and went through his story and not wanting that to happen. I just want to say that he lives the life of, when we have the just to really trust and do your best. And even when you say this is it and you still go on. I just saw something that says a wonderful thing is right around the corner. When you move forward, when you go past that fear, and we all have it, there's a miracle around that corner. But you could stop at the fear. You can say, okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm safe. I'm going to leave here. But if this is like a universal law, if you could go beyond the fear, miracles happen. Things begin to take place, right? So a lot of people here shaking their head and saying, yeah. And that is why it's always good to speak, I think, to an older person, a wise person, that what he called modeling. Like, are you going to go to speak to somebody who is not living what you hope to accomplish in your life? No, you're going to say, gee, that's what I'd like to do. How did you do that? Okay. And there's so many different things that we have sources of inspiration to look at. That's why we read books. And somebody says, this is how I did it, because there's certainly universal truths in all of that. So what I want to say to this, so important that there is a divine timing in things, because there is a level of complexity. And that's why you can never, ever, 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 ever give up. You just really have to ride that faith. You just really through thick and thin. And I will tell you, you see this? When did I say that this was done? In 1979, right? This one I got the download. I didn't even know what it was, but I wrote it down because I felt it was important. Okay, this was all way back then. And this cosmic center manifested itself with this symbol that's over there in our lectern 33 years later. 33. Not 3, not 2, not 1, not 10, not 15, 33. And that's only, I had to wake up to a whole nother level. I had to go to Bolivia. I had to go to Peru. I had to go like into a crop circle. I had to do all kinds of things for this to happen, because I wasn't there yet. They're like, okay, hopefully, because I was thinking, oh, well, maybe, spirit. No, cosmic, ascended master, and extraterrestrial beings, family of light. You're part of that crew. And there are other people too are relating to that. They're coming in. You need to do this, but it has to be at what? The divinely appointed time for all these other parts to come together. So important that one, we be our authentic selves, have the courage to be our authentic selves. 2, trust that thing that's in you. Trust that, like, I don't know. I feel I should go this way. Okay. Well, let me analyze it and see. No, because the mind catches up with the heart. The heart knows. Follow the heart. And then you're like, now I understand why I felt that way. And it takes practice, just like anything else. If you're going to go ahead and strengthen a muscle, you have to go ahead and work the muscle over and over again until at one point you don't have to do it anymore. It's just automatic. It's the same thing with your spiritual muscle. The more you start to trust, the more things will happen. The more you'll not stress. I will tell everybody here right now that there's some things going on that are out of my control. Okay. Like huge. Okay. And people would be like pulling their hair out in clumps, like, oh my God, how is this going to happen? I know not to do that, because I know that there is going to be a way it's going to work out. I trust it. I know it. I've been in this rodeo before. I don't fall into fear, because when you go into fear, then you can't even get the higher information as to how to move forward. You have to stay centered. And when you say, I don't know how it's going to happen, all I know is going to be okay. And I use something for myself, which was from Metatron. Metatron is very good at giving you the right thoughts and the right thoughts. So I use this all the time. Some of you hear it. I'm blessed beyond measure. I'm blessed beyond measure. He's, how are you? Well, I'm hanging in there. Hanging in there? No, I'm blessed beyond. I am. I am. So you are talking about the divinity of you. I am. It better be a positive, uplifting word. What are words? Spelling, spells you're creating with your mouth and your thoughts. When you figure this out, like, oh my gosh, right? Then you're like, wait a minute, my mind and consciousness is beyond here. It's all the way up there, like, oh my God. And then you start communicating with the invisible worlds. That's really where the action is. It's not this one, it's the invisible worlds. This is that a little. Then you start getting into the A game, like Rocky. Da, 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 da. I'm here, look, the children of light upon the earth. They're waking up. Oh my gosh, isn't this wonderful? To take this 3D energy that we're the ambassadors of this lower 3 density and be able to lift it up in frequency. That's why I hear from the masters all the time. This is an amazing, the children of light upon the earth. They are the greatest alchemists, the greatest. Look what they're doing. And look, we have so many beings on all levels from everywhere throughout the cosmos checking us out. Like, man, are they going to be able to do it? And guess what else we're going to do, everybody? Guess what else we are going to do? We are now understanding timelines. They're shifting timelines. Some timelines can change minute or by the day. Okay, and it's a whole thing about thoughts, and that's another level complexity. But let's put it this way: we can impact timelines. Now, we light workers have been holding back World War III like it would have happened a long time ago. There's a whole nother timeline where this could have happened, World War III, and we're in chains and the whole no. Because humanity and each one of you that will hear this, whether it's in the present or in the future, know how important that you are, because you are a creator. And when we bind together and hold a higher vision, we create. And so you have, like, whatever this world is, whoever kind of created this kind of world, maybe not all that, we have a plan that we could get out of this matrix. Because we realize, oh man, this is the false matrix. This is not the real source of where I come from or what I do. Wait a minute. So there's other stuff going on up there that we're waking up and we're saying, we are just as powerful. All right, there's not gonna boogeyman come and scare her. It's like, excuse me, you know who I am? I'm a child of the divine. I hold the Christ light. I come from unconditional love. That's my armor. Here are my peeps. Archangel Michael, Jesus Christ, Buddha. You want to mess with me? Come on, come on. Psh, disappear. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? When we start to realize, like, oh my gosh, you and who else? Right? You and who else? So, and as we start to build in our frequency and our light, okay, and we realize we are surrounded by the Emi Shaddai, the family of light, and that we're here to lift up this planet and all that, that's our job. That's why we came here, because we are that powerful. We are that powerful. And it's time now, they said, okay, this is not a test. This is the real thing. Do whatever you need to do. Get whatever therapy you need. What workshop you need to go to. If you go to a Tony Robbins, or remember Zig Ziglar back in the day, or whoever it is to motivate you to deprogram, see what it is that you're unconsciously doing and say, oh my gosh, I need to change that pattern and get the new pattern. Do what you need to do to heal, bring more light, okay, and raise your vibration, because that's your job. as a light worker, star seed, you awaken, and guess what you do? You awaken others just by your frequency, just by your spot, just by you being fairly like, wow. There are people freaking out right now, like in the world. There's all kind of things in fear. That's not my world. I'm not doing that. I'm aware. I don't have my head in the sand by no means. But my attention, okay, my job is to raise the frequency. So when you see me, I'm always going to have something positive to say, good to say, smile. And guess what I'm doing now? I'm going to share with everybody else. This I got this from Tony Robbins. Every time I look in the mirror and I see myself, I'm smiling at myself. I say, hey, beautiful. Hey, beautiful. So even if we came from childhoods and stuff and it was rough, I get it. But you think about those childhoods, those rough times, it's made you who you are today and the strength that you have today. It's put you on the path. So as they say, all roads lead to Rome, whichever way that went, you're moving forward because you have your soul pulses pulling you. Come this way. Come this way. Trust you are a divine being. You are a beautiful creation. Do not fall into the trap of this. Who do you think you are? You're not good enough. Look at them. They're going to laugh at you. School. Oh my gosh. Just to get through school in high school. Right? But now I always like those stories when you see the yearbooks of the people and they're like this, and then they turn out to be this magnificent being afterwards, which is back saying that people can evolve. People can evolve. So with that, we're going to get ready to do our anchoring light. As I said, for anybody who is on Facebook, whenever this comes to you across your feed, you could always go to the Cosmic Center Facebook, website, ccosl.com. And on there, you'll see calendar of events and you'll see the anchoring light transmission meditation. All you have to do is sign up and you'll get a notification and you can share your light with us. With that, I'm going to say namaste. Love you so much. See you next time.